2, 1. Choose to call you at this moment. Today I bring you the long overdue Scatterbrained commentary. I wrote down some notes here about some of the songs, and we're just here to discuss and talk about them. So yeah, if it sounds like I know what I'm saying sometimes, it's because I wrote some notes. And if it sounds like I don't know what I'm saying, it's because I don't know what I'm saying. But anyways, the first track, Tales by the Fire, a short instrumental that I made, I think almost exactly when I finished Food for Thought. So this one's a really old one. By really old, I mean just earlier this year, but yeah. It's kind of a spooky introduction to the album. It's supposed to make you feel like you're getting ready for, a little story. Because you're sitting by the campfire. That's what goes on my head whenever I hear this. Two people sitting by the campfire, exchanging some spooky stories. Because this album was supposed to be pretty spooky at first. Bedtime, beware the nightmares. Now I don't think this intro was always here. But I think I just edited it several times. Inspired by Lemon Demon's The Saga of You, Confused Destroyer of Worlds. Bedtime Beware the Nightmares is simply about a person who is fatigued after a long day of whatever it might be. This is turned up to 101% though. And they see all sorts of spooky monsters. We've all had days where we're just tired after a long days of work. But yeah, like I said, this song is inspired by The Saga of You, Confused Destroyer of Worlds, a really old Lemon Demon song from his second album, Live from the Haunted Candle Shop. I really like this part of the song. But yeah, the composition and everything is mostly inspired by that song, and that's where the intro originally comes from too. In a demo of the track of The Saga of You, Confused Destroyer of Worlds, it had this kind of intro, and I wanted to kind of replicate that, even though it's not in the final track, which is disappointing, I guess. But yeah, this song isn't too deep. It's just a little silly song. But this and Tales by the Fire were some of the earliest songs I ever made, and the original sound more like they would fit, I guess, in Tales by the Fire. By some of the drums that I used to use. This one still uses older samples, but it still fits. I do think I could have changed the last chorus to describe some different kind of monster parts. but yeah. And this next part is supposed to be like the sound of an ambulance siren. I guess that this person hallucinated way too hard and just, I don't know, went crazy. But that's what this was supposed to convey. I think I kind of got that idea from Dead Sea Monkeys, because the end kind of sounds like ambulance sirens to me. There's a little synth. Okay, the next song, Fork in the Road. Now, the fun thing about this song is that it actually didn't change at all from the first time I recorded it, which may be for better or for worse, but Fork in the Road is about struggling to find meaning in life, especially when you're at that young age where you have a crossroad of figuring out what you're gonna do in your career. A lot of the time, at least for me, you feel kind of stuck, and even when you think you've got to figure it out, you really don't. So in the song, the singer makes little progress down the road, but tries to remind himself that progress is still progress, whether big or small. But yeah, it can be pretty hard, you know, thinking of what to do and all. Like I got I do a lot of things, but all the time I kind of ask is this really what I want to do, right? And even when thinking about like college and stuff, it's like, do I really want to do that, or is it just because, you know, I feel like I have to? And you know, I don't know, but I'm still doing it anyways, because, you know, what else am I gonna do, I guess. So that's where the song stems from, not really knowing what to do, I guess. But yeah, here it does kind of get literal with the saying of a fork in the road. Because now there's literally a fork in the road. What are we supposed to do about that? Yeah, and I'm just surprised that this song didn't change like at all since the first time I recorded and made it, which I don't know how that happened, to be honest. Alright, The Gambler's Side Story. Now this, I think this is an interesting song, and if you know me, and you know what games I like to play, you probably know exactly what this is about. Well, I mean, it's quite literally about the gambler's side story. But I'm not gonna hide it. This song was inspired by the character Ching Chui from Onkai Star Rail, who I think needs absolutely no introduction. So in a sense, this song is basically like her anthem, her slacker anthem. I don't think I try and hide it at all that this is really about Xing Cui at all. But the funny thing is, there was actually going to be like an antithesis to this song later in the album called All Broke in Two, and it's like I said, it's an antithesis. It would have been an antithesis, like the opposite of Ching Chui, more like her boss Fu Xuan, and that song was going to be about kind of more like a workaholic. You know, if you know Fu Xuan, you know you can make connections. Like it was about kind of a workaholic who just couldn't catch a break and really wanted a break, but they couldn't catch one. But yeah, I never finished that song, as you can see. And this breakdown. I don't know what led me to create this breakdown section, but I did. And I think it paid off. Yeah, but I think it's pretty obvious because there are mentions of the tiles and like the chips, and it's like, okay, buddy, you're not hiding what inspired you to make this song. I really do like the chorus to this song of gambling my life away, it's A-okay. I feel like musically it rolls off, it rolls really well. And yeah, there was going to be I think I'll talk more about what I was going to say a bit. I can talk about that a bit later because the song is almost over. Okay, me and my doppelganger. So the concept of this song was mostly inspired by the They Might Be Giants song, My Evil Twin. Though the idea itself, but the way the song is structured is more inspired by their song Good to Be Alive from Apollo 18 and Glean respectively, both songs. I've always loved the trope of having some kind of evil clone. It's probably one of my favorite things, even though I think some would say it's overused, but I think if done right, it's really cool to me. In my opinion, at least. Though, looking at it another way, this song could be about the manifestation of one's insecurity. Like, the insecurity, it manifests into something you can tolerate, but like, eventually it becomes too overbearing to handle, I guess. And I guess that's the that could be like, the clone could be a metaphor for that. Cause, you know, it's just a song, but I think literally this song is quite literally just about a person with an evil clone. They looked in the mirror, but I think that's also where you get the insecurity from, because they looked in the mirror and they summoned this being, and it's like, I guess they think they're ugly or something, and you know. Their hate became like a person, and it's messing with their life, you know, like how your self-doubt and, you know, self-hatred can really make you suffer, I guess. I guess that's me and my doppelganger. Here we go. I really feel like I did a good job with this instrumental. I really like it still. But this is when this song plays, I dance like this. I can't quite remember where I got that title idea from. It just kind of came to me in my head, like many things do. But this song was inspired by You're at the Party by Lemon Demon. This song is about you're in a party, and the music causes you to dance forever until you die. You know, whoever hears this music drops everything and can only dance. I think there was a real phenomena where people did have like some kind of disease where they did dance and die. I think it was a real thing, but I can't quite remember. But you can correct me. You can quote. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I just think I remember hearing something or reading something about that, but I cannot quite remember. But yeah, the whole thing about this song is that this person's body continues to decay the longer they dance. They just keep it, but they just can't stop no matter what they do. Like the music, maybe the music is sentient or something. We just don't know what's taking control of us. But yeah, I do believe the inspiration for the instrumental was Being a Rock Star, though, by Lemon Demon. I don't know if people typically say what inspired them to make a song, but I feel like giving credit where credit is due. And I do think a lot of my songs are very clearly inspired by certain songs by certain people. Fun Dead. Now, this is an interesting song. Well, every song's a little interesting. But Fun Dead is fun because, ironically, it's about someone wanting to meet the literal manifestation of death itself. They think death is a person, and they want to befriend them. Despite this, everyone thinks they're crazy and that they want to kill themselves, but the singer continues to assure people that they don't. Yeah, that's the whole idea of this song. And I actually came up with this idea a long time ago. Before like Food for Thought, I came up with it a long time ago. It was supposed to be this song called Whiplash. But yeah, that was never finished. But I kind of recycled the same idea because I did want to do that idea. And well, here's the finish. Here it is. They just really want to meet death, but people think they want to die. But after listening to it for a few times, this is kind of silly, but I started wondering if there was some kind of romantic or even like some sexual tension between the singer and death itself. Because of the lines like, show me where the party's at and we can leave it at that. Like, wink. And they just really want to meet them. So it's like maybe there actually is some weird tension going on here. Fanfic writers, get on this right now. This is one of my friend's favorite parts of this song, this little saxophone solo. But like, yeah, they imagine just really wanting to meet death, and people think you want to kill yourself. Maybe that is what the song. Maybe they do want to actually die. Maybe they do. Okay, so for this next part, it's a little 3-minute instrumental, and the whole idea behind this part on the song is because this section is inspired by Lemon Demon's One Weird Tip. A lot of Lemon Demon inspiration in this album. I'm sure you've noticed. Because in that song, the first half of that song is a lyrical lyrical thing, and then the next half is like some kind of instrumental, and that's what I wanted to emulate here. So that's the whole idea behind this. And I guess this is a good time to bring up what I was mentioning earlier in Me and My Doppelganger. Originally, each song in this album was going to have its own thumbnail, and only a few do, like Bedtime, Everything's Turned Upside Down, and I think like one more. But yeah, that was the plan, but I didn't get around to finishing all of them. I know some are sketched, like the Gamber side story. There is a sketch for that, but yeah. Oh, Fork in the Road has one, but yeah, it is a shame I never got around to finishing all of those. But you can see them. You can see them on the Bandcamp release. I think they come with the album. Yeah, it's just a real shame. I never got to finish all of them. I don't typically give myself credit, but I do think I did pretty good on this instrumental here. The fun dead. I just can't get over how this song could have some unresolved romantic tension in it. I just can't get over that. And it's like, I wrote the song, but it's like, I don't know, because I didn't think about it at first when I first made it, but after a while it's just like, oh, that sounds like that. I guess that just happens sometimes. Okay, Your Spine's Been Broken. Now, okay, this song is a big reference and inspiration from Dungeon Meshi or Delicious in Dungeon, and what I'm gonna talk about does have spoilers for that, so if you do want to see it for yourself, you should skip this song. That is all I'm going to tell you. So let me talk about this song. So this song has these doctors trying to revive this dead person, but they decide to get creative, you know, like I said in the song, and they use some unconventional means to do so, i.e. using animal parts for, I guess, parts of the body that were destroyed. Cough, cough, your spine's been broken. So the idea is, like, in Dungeon Meshi, you know, Falling was, you know, resurrected by unconventional means. Marcel, I don't think I said her name right, but she, you know, like dark magic basically is what she used. And you could say that was what the doctors used, because they transformed Falling into this chimera, and that's the whole idea here. It's like they transform the dead person into a chimera. It's like the same thing. The idea is completely the same from Dungeon Meshi. Yeah, and so the person in here was they were successfully revived, just like Falling was. And they were, the only difference here is that they were let into society and they were outcasted because they look like a monster. And I haven't finished Dungeon Meshi, so I don't know what happens to Chimera Fallen. So, I don't know. I don't know what happens. But yeah, I was surprised to have a song inspired by, you know, an anime, but yeah, I guess at the time I was just watching it, and I guess there's kind of a little bit of Lifetime Achievement Award by Lemon Demon inspiration here, but not really. It's more inspired by Fallen from Dungeon Meshi. Fingertips. Now I completely forgot to write notes here, but I do know what the song is about. Thankfully the writer knows what his songs are about, because if he didn't, well, I probably wouldn't be making this commentary now, would I? So this song is all about Valentine's Day and being completely paranoid and anxious about confessing to your crush, to the point where they just start getting so paranoid they're seeing things that aren't there. Like they believe they're ugly and all this. They believe they're not worthy of their crush's affection, and they start making up things about themselves that aren't really true because they're just so anxious. They think everybody's afraid of them and everybody hates them. And like, yeah, it gets to the point where they're just like, I've got to chop off my fingernails. That's so bad. It's just like, you know, anxiety does that to you. I guess it's also kind of how I feel about confessing to people. It's like, I don't want to do that because that is such a big stress, and it's like, you know, you always fear rejection, but it's like you just don't know what's gonna happen, I guess. Welcome to the Magic Academy. Now this song, I feel like there's no deep lore to this song. It's just simply about being welcome to a hypothetical magic academy. And the thing about this song is that it was very close to being scrapped, actually, because of a pretty old recording that I had. I think I put it in the demo dump that I posted a few days ago, but I really didn't like that recording so much, so I was like, okay, I might just cut the song. and that is actually the reason for why I cut songs like In the Dark, It's the Fungus Humongous, and already mentioned All Broken too. I just didn't like how I recorded them, and I guess I hated them so much I just didn't feel confident enough to try it again. And that's probably a bad habit, but that's the reality of this album, I guess. But yeah, those were two other songs that didn't make it. They're in the demo dump if you want to listen to them. I don't think they're very good, but this song, it just goes through all sorts of wacky magic you could have. What do you want to do? Show you all that I know. Take your time, study the books and let your mind grow. But I am very glad that I didn't scrap this song and decided to record it, and also rework the instrumental a little bit, because I think I think it really shines. And I won't. The instrumental is inspired by They Might Be Giants' song "Unpronounceable," also from Glean, if I remember correctly. And I think if you listen to that song and then listen to this one again, you'll see this. They're very similar. Yeah, my bad, I guess. Choose something that's gonna suit your taste. The endless magical power is yours to take. Yeah, welcome to the Magic Academy. What kind of wizard are you gonna be?
One that can bend the fabric of space, one that can clone themselves to go on several days. Lastly, this is the Magic Academy.
I think that line was almost scrapped because I don't think I knew how to make it flow at first. A couple lines from this were scrapped from originally. I think there was one about throwing rocks at buildings. I just didn't like that line, I think. But there's some more, I'm pretty sure. Some more examples that just didn't make the final cut. The trash, the dump. What is this, song 11 or song 10? I feel like I should know the answer. I think it's song 11. I should know the answer to that. So, okay. This song is kind of a personal song, but because it's about not forgetting what made you who you are today. Because I choose not to get rid of a lot of my older art I made when I was younger, because I kind of like to look back on it a lot of the time, even though I hate on it so much. But I mostly mean art I made when I was like in middle elementary school, like my old comics or just old art in general. A lot of the time people, would throw out their old stuff and probably without thinking about it too much. Which is why I'm saying to take a step back and look back on all that stuff you have. You might appreciate it more than you think. Like, you can always improve as a person for the better in many ways. Your skills, just your persona, just whatever. You might have been someone else yesterday, but I feel like instead of just like kind of banishing that part of yourself, acceptance. Learn acceptance, everybody. Accept who you were in the past. I don't know why, but I think that might be good for all of us. But yeah, the idea is mostly here is that I just like to keep stuff that people would probably rather me throw away. And I'm just writing, this is my letter, and I'm just saying, I think there are good reasons to keep things that are old. Especially because you might not realize it in the moment that it holds memory to you. And I think of like old games too that you could have played maybe with friends or siblings when you were young, and then maybe you found it again and you're like, oh, I remember this game. And games like that for me are mostly things like Little Big Planet or yeah. And like again, like the line that you never faded away is like, sometimes you think now that you got worse than you did then, but when you really look back and really evaluate the situation, no, you're not so bad. You're not as bad as you thought you were. You've improved. So don't hate yourself too much. The road to nowhere. I also forgot to write notes about this song, and that's probably bad. I keep forgetting that this song comes before Everything Turns Upside Down, which is probably not good. But the road to nowhere, I guess I'll just have to kind of rack my brain and tell you what this song's got going on. I really, but first, all I have to say is that I really did get carried away with this instrumental. Like what, this song's like five minutes. And that's because it's actually inspired by a really old Lemon Demon song called Somnolence, if I think I said that right. and it's just this kind of spooky song, and that's what I wanted to do here. So this song is about feeling like you're being taken in circles. No matter how hard you try or how far you get, I feel like you always end up back where you started. Kind of about having a friend that is fake. You feel lied to and cheated, but it's also about I guess struggling mentally in the brain. Yes, that is what that means. And how no matter how hard you try or whatever help you seek, no matter what, you either just spiral back or you feel like you just get set back every once in a while. Because I know I feel like that sometimes. One day you're feeling fine, and then another day you're feeling like, I don't know how you did a while ago, and you're just like, why do I feel like this all of a sudden? It's just like difficult. You feel like you're going in circles, the road to nowhere. And I guess kind of like how this song, the singer, they feel like they have been deceived a lot. It can feel like the help that you do get, and it doesn't kind of, I guess, really help in the way that you expect it to, or again, you spiral back into a state of anguish. It can feel like you were cheated out, I guess. You don't know why. Some things seem a lot easier for other people. Like, I don't know, coping or just not having to deal with certain problems. And no matter how hard you try to fight these situations that you get in, sometimes it just feels like you are on the road to nowhere. Like, wow, that's like the title of the song. I don't know if there's any hope in this song. Usually I would try and add hope. I don't know if I added any hope in this song. But yeah, you can hear it in the song. Yeah, and here they feel like they're on this journey alone, because sometimes it feels like it feels like what you're going through. It feels like you're the only one experiencing what you're going through, and it feels pretty lonely sometimes. And again, this is why you feel like you're just on a road to nowhere, because you don't know if you can get help. You don't feel like you can get help or should get help. Oh, I think this part has hope. So I think that little part is about, despite all the hardship you might go through, continue to get up and try again. Break the shackles of nowhere. Fight those shackles.
Wake up from the nightmares that plague
Okay.
all your
Here's Everything's Turned Upside Down. A song I did post earlier before the release, but that was actually a different recording. And the thing about that recording is that I don't think the vocals were mixed very well, because I just kind of sang out of sometimes. It's more at it was more noticeable at the end of the song, but yeah, all I'm saying is that I am glad that I re-recorded this. But the title and original idea were inspired by Everything's Right Is Wrong Again by They Might Be Giants, and to a lesser extent, Everything You Know Is Wrong by Weird Al Yankovic. And I say to a lesser extent because at the time I made this song, I actually did not listen to Weird Al's song. I knew both songs were kind of within the same realm, especially because Weird Al's song is a style parody of They Might Be Giants. So yeah, they were in the same ballpark. I knew that much. But this song is about people who tend to over-exaggerate things and make it seem like the whole world has been turned upside down. Any minuscule change that doesn't align with someone, even if it's for the better in the grand scheme of things, there's always that one person that's not gonna like it. And yeah, I'm sure you can think of a plethora of issues that are just controversial to some people, and certain people just really blow things out of proportion that really aren't realistic, or just kind of it's like, buddy, it's not as bad as you think it is, or whatever. And it's like the singer is so, it's just so in their head, they're just like, this change that is probably going to better tons of people is just horrible. It's horrible. And they're just saying like, saying all this stuff. That's really weird. I'm sure we all know at least one person that has acted like that. And the whole idea of this song is that I don't name any kind of issues. If you relate to an issue where like that, I guess, then I guess then you can take this and be like, yeah, people do talk about that way, about what this issue that I guess I support, or whatever. You know? If that makes any sense. I don't think that made any sense. I mean, like, if you're on the side of, yeah, I think that's a good change, then, yeah, this song would be how you perceive, I guess, the opposite side. Okay, so here's Rain. I made this song because I had an idea to make some kind of pretty tame song, but I didn't know what the song was actually going to be about. And it was raining a lot at the time, and it was raining at that day I made the song. So I decided the song was going to be about being stuck inside while it's raining. I really do like the instrumental and lyric structure for this. I think this is one of my favorite songs that I've done, both instrumentally and lyrically. And it's funny because I think at the time I made this song, I was very on the fence about it. The inspiration for this part with the changing of the voices, that is me just singing deeper, but what I mean is, like, you know what I mean. It was the idea, the song was inspired by Lazy by They Might Be Giants, which I do think is a cover, but I'm not quite sure who the original artist was. So I kind of wanted to do something like their version, at least, where they had, I think it's Lionel at the start, and then Flansburgh sang a more deeper part. But I could have gotten the names mixed up, and I'm really sorry if I did. But that was what I was trying to do there. But yeah, this is just a little song about being stuck inside with, I guess, your significant other. I sure as heck didn't have one making this song, but the thought was there. I just really like how I work this instrumental and lyrics together. I don't know, the lyrics, I just think all the lyrics just flow perfectly in this song, and I'm really happy that's how it turned out. I feel like it was one of those songs where I wrote about it, I knew exactly what I was going for, and I went for it. Mountain Beast. A song inspired by Lemon Demon's Dizzyful Bliss. With a weird, synthy, kind of slow instrumental. And this is another song I forgot to write anything about, but it's okay. I know everything about this song. So Mountain Beast is, it kind of takes an Eighth Wonder, again by Lemon Demon, approach to, it doesn't tell you what the song is about, it just describes it. Like how that song is about Jeff the Mongoose, this song is about a chinchilla. No chinchilla specifically, just in general. And what was really fun and also slightly challenging about writing this song was that I had to describe everything or a lot of things about a chinchilla without saying what it was. And I really like that idea. And yeah, I just had to make a song about a chinchilla because they're like one of my favorite animals. I'd love to have them as a pet, though I don't know if I'd be able to take care of one. And lately I've been thinking, like, I kind of think maybe what if they just stay where they belong, in the mountains, because that's where they're supposed to live. And yeah, this part, it kind of touches on how I think they're like poached or killed for their furs, which is always a sad thing to find out about really cool animals. I can't remember if chinchillas are endangered. I don't think so, because I feel like if they were endangered, I don't think people would be having them as pets, but I don't really know. And I can't remember. I hope they're not endangered, because all the animals I tend to like end up being endangered, which really sucks. So I hope they're not endangered. But yeah, there's Mountain Beast. I really do like the instrumental for this one as well. Another song that I knew what I wanted to do with it, and I just ran with the idea. Love What Is Behind. Originally called Grass is Greener on the Other Side, and this song is simply about that saying. You get so caught up excuse me, you get so caught up in thinking of what you could have, you forget the good things you have that are right in front of you. Because sometimes you seem like you're so in such a bad place. You forget that either A, there are people that have it a lot worse than you, and then you just kind of blur yourself from what is kind of in front of you right now, and that you should, yeah, that's all of what is behind is about. I feel like I got this saying wrong at first, because I was like, no, grass is greener on the other side, that doesn't fit as a title, but that's the saying. If I was just smart, I would have understood what I was writing about, and I could have kept that as a title, but I think Love What Is Behind is still a fitting title. Like, the whole thing was that they were running in front of what they already had. Like, they had to look behind them to see it. Okay, Dios Mafuran. This song is confusing, but there are some facts. Okay, so Dios Mafuran is kind of like a style parody, something that Weird Al would do, even though I feel like a lot of these songs could be considered that. But this one goes heavy on that idea, and it would be a parody of Molded Mono by Lemon Tea Band. Again, a really old song that he's done, also from Live from the Haunted Candle Shop. And like that song being an anagram of his name, though I think it's missing a letter, this song is an anagram of my name. I dare you to try to reassemble it. I didn't miss a letter, I swear. So even while writing this song, I was kind of confused what it was really about, because I don't really know if Molded Mono itself is kind of about something. But I guess if I had to put a name to something, or an idea down, this song, I guess, is vaguely about, like, you know, our souls, and that everybody has one. Like, I use plants as a metaphor, you know, at the end of all things, you know, plants will still be around. And at the end of our journey, we're left with our souls. We have souls. We are all vegetables. That's kind of the idea here, is that we're all humans, so let's treat each other as such. Though I don't know, I feel like that's kind of a vague idea, because it's not really touched on a lot in the song, I don't think. I think this song is more just like the Unfamous Radish anthem. But I think the chorus could be like, you know, we're something obscene, it's not a machine. You know, we have the chance to be obscene, but, you know, we can burn with gleam and be happy and all that stuff. So, like, yeah. You can pick and choose lyrics. It'll make it make more sense. I swear. The epic breakdown. I wonder, sometimes I think about singing this song live, and it's just like, I want to try and get the crowd to shout with me. There's a vegetable inside of all of us. That was kind of the idea with this part, but I feel like I should have layered more. I probably should have layered more here to get that feel. And oh man, it's over already. Oh, wait, what's that? So this part is also inspired by Molden Mono. At the end, it does this little spooky thingy, but there's no like little lyric gag at the end. This is just a motif, a leitmotif of Tales by the Fire, kind of to hook everything together. Like how I said, like, you know, you're telling the whole idea is that you're telling stories by the fire. And this kind of, you know, I think elevates that idea that it was all a story or something. Many stories told by friends. And well, I guess that's Scatterbrained, because here we have the song Scatterbrained, a short instrumental. I guess not short instrumental, but the funny thing about this song is that I did play this on stream, on a Twitch stream, really early into production, but that stream's not saved, so nobody will ever see it and know about it. And I don't think anybody remembers that stream except for me. But yeah. And I think also the funny thing about that stream is that I don't think my mic was on at all. Gosh, I hate to remember that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think my mic was on at all. But there's not much to say about Scatterbrained, the song at least. So let me try and do a short marathon of every bonus track. Sorry, I'm dropping things. There's stuff on my desk. So Eye of the Beholder is a instrumental that was originally for Food for Thought, when Food for Thought had a completely different vibe, and just over time the song, since the vibe of the album changed, it just didn't fit the song. It just didn't fit the album. Originally going to be the intro song for that album, and I think the song still held up pretty nicely, so it's in this album. Don't Act Like You Were a Part of the Team is a song about it's about people coming in to somewhere they just don't belong and acting like they know everything, they know the place, and you are just like, who are these people? I feel like I could go more into the song, but yeah, you're just like, who do these people think they are coming in here? You know, Living Dead Party is another song that was originally for Food for Thought, called Dead at the time, but I never finished the song, and so I just finished it for Scatterbrained. The Regression Emporium is a instrumental parody of a song from Little Big Planet Karting called The Progress Emporium. Tooth Fairy Talent Show alternate version is, like it says in the title, an alternate version of Tooth Fairy Talent Show from Food for Thought. Microorganism, Breakdown, and Rat are all just instrumentals. Breakdown being heavily inspired by Bottom Line, a track by Lemon Demon, one of my favorite songs from them. Yeah. Playing with Worms is another instrumental, but there is subtle meowing in the track that is recorded by me. Our Distinguished Guest is a song about just getting bad food service, but the food service is playing it off like everything is fine. The Mysteries of Grilled Cheese is a song about the mysteries of grilled cheese. I don't really remember what the song is about. I don't think... Okay, moving on. The World's a Triangle was a song that was meant to be a main track at first, but I could not for the life of me get the song to sound right, and I still don't think it sounds very good. But I wanted to release the album with a track, so I think it's fine, but I think I could have done a little better. But it's about the world. You see the world from your perspective, and you can do whatever. This is your life. You go for it. You can do it. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Gamma Ray, Forevermore, and Decomposer are more instrumentals. Decomposer being an older one. Thank you for listening is a song that's just me saying like, thank you. I appreciate you for listening to the album. And I also appreciate you to listening to this commentary, because the album is almost over and so is this commentary. And I really appreciate you listening. So that's all, I guess. Goodbye.